You've been doing it all along. Every thought, every emotion, every breath you take. And it's not just happening inside you, it's happening to the field around you. Most people are unaware of this, acting without conscious direction, allowing their energy to be scattered and unfocused. This unconscious manipulation of energy creates a reality that feels random, chaotic, and unpredictable. The key to shifting this reality lies not in what you do, but in how aware you become of the energy you are already broadcasting. The moment you realize that what you experience externally is a mirror reflection of the vibrations you emit, that's when the shift begins. Life begins to feel more aligned, almost supernatural. This realization is powerful because it highlights a crucial truth. You're not separate from the energy you wish to influence. You are part of the very field you are attempting to shape. This field isn't listening to your words or your efforts. It is responding to your state. This is the invisible thread of subconscious influence, running beneath everything you think, say, and do. Consider the last time you experienced something that seemed like a coincidence, a perfectly timed encounter, an opportunity that appeared from nowhere, or a moment of insight when you just knew what was about to happen. These weren't random accidents. They were quantum events, ripples in the field, reflecting the frequencies you were unknowingly emitting. The magic happens not in the conscious mind, but in the subconscious. Your subconscious doesn't respond to your spoken desires. It responds to your true beliefs, your habitual emotions, and your expectations. That's why things like affirmations often fail. Affirmations without emotional backing feel empty, and visualizations paired with doubt collapse because they lack the coherence necessary to shift the energy. The field responds not to your conscious thoughts, but to your subconscious alignment with those thoughts. Until you unlock this alignment, your manifestations are just superficial attempts to decorate your external world, not genuine shifts in your energy field. Quantum events aren't tricks. They are the result of interactions between your inner state and the quantum fabric of reality. Your thoughts send out signals, your emotions magnetize those signals, and your subconscious alignment fine-tunes them. When these elements are in alignment, they create a coherent frequency. However, when they are out of sync, the energy becomes scattered and unclear, and the field reflects that confusion. Now, look at your life. The circumstances you're experiencing, the people you're surrounded by, the opportunities or lack thereof, the relationships, the abundance or scarcity are all reflections of the signals you've been broadcasting. This is not a judgment of your choices or a commentary on fate. It's simply physics. You've been shaping your reality all along, without the manual. But here's where many people get stuck. They believe they need to micromanage every thought, every feeling, every action to manifest their desires. This approach is exhausting, and it's not how the field works. The key to effective manifestation is not in controlling every wave of your mind. Instead, it's in creating a dominant signal, one so strong and consistent that any occasional negative thought or moment of doubt doesn't disrupt it. You become the lighthouse, not the flickering candle. The real breakthrough comes when your subconscious alignment matches your conscious intention. That's when the field responds with precision. Opportunities start to appear, synchronicities multiply, and situations resolve themselves with ease. This doesn't happen because you're working harder. It happens because you're transmitting cleaner energy. Unfortunately, most people live in contradiction. They say they want abundance but radiate lack. They crave love but vibrate with fear. They visualize success but embody unworthiness. This mismatch between their thoughts, feelings, and subconscious beliefs sends mixed signals to the field. The field listens to the body's energy, not just the words you speak. This is why subconscious alignment is crucial. But what happens when you consciously amplify the signal you are already sending out? What if you could remove the static and synchronize your inner world with the quantum field? The result would be a natural shift, where what you want aligns effortlessly with what you already are. The life you've been chasing isn't something you need to build step by step. It's a frequency that's been waiting for you to dial it in. If you think about it, you've been unconsciously creating quantum events all along. What happens when you bring full awareness to this process? In the next section, we'll explore how to create coherence between your mind, heart, and body so that you can turn your scattered energy into a focused signal that the universe can't ignore. This is where manifestation shifts from theory to practice. Before we dive deeper, think about where you are right now. You've been sending signals to the field without a manual, often unaware of which part of you was truly in control. Not all signals are created equal. The power to manifest and create quantum events comes from aligning the systems inside you, your mind, heart, and body, so that your message to the field becomes unmistakable. Most people walk around in energetic noise. Their minds say one thing, their hearts feel another, and their bodies act entirely differently. This creates interference, a tangled mess of frequencies that cancel each other out. When the field receives mixed signals, it doesn't know how to respond. It's like trying to tune into a radio station while blasting static through the speakers. No matter how close you are to the right frequency, the noise will drown it out. But when you achieve coherence, everything changes. Your mind, heart, and body align, sending a unified message to the field. The noise dissipates, and the field responds to the clarity of your signal. This is when manifestation becomes effortless, not because you're forcing anything, but because your energy is clear and aligned. The real shift in manifestation comes when you stop trying to force outcomes and instead begin embodying the state of already having. When you are truly in the frequency of having, whether it's abundance, love, peace, or success, you stop worrying about how to get there. You simply live from the state of already being there. This alignment is what attracts what you desire without effort. So, how do you maintain this state of coherence without falling back into old patterns of trying to control or overthink? The key lies in emotional neutralization. This doesn't mean becoming numb. It means learning how to feel without being ruled by your feelings. When doubts or urges to fix something arise, you can simply pause, breathe, and return to your center. Living from the memory of your future means anchoring yourself emotionally in the state that already knows it's done. That emotional state is your true signature, your vibrational frequency. The field responds to your state, not to what you're doing or saying. Once you align your mind, heart, and body in this state of coherence, manifestation becomes an inevitable process. You are no longer trying to manipulate your reality. You are becoming the embodiment of your desires, and the field reflects that. The universe responds to your frequency, and once your energy is aligned, the physical manifestations will follow. The practice is simple. Let it be clear, let it be done, and trust in the flow of energy that's already in motion. In conclusion, manifestation isn't about forcing your desires to materialize. It's about aligning with the frequency of what you want and becoming the embodiment of that reality. When you stop trying, you allow the energy to flow, and the field responds with alignment. It's a simple, yet powerful shift that anyone can make. You've been doing it all along. Every thought, every emotion, every breath you take, these aren't just internal phenomena. They are also influencing the field around you. Most people, however, are unaware of the power they already have. The energy they're sending out is scattered, unfocused, and unconscious. And as a result, their experiences feel chaotic and unpredictable. But the moment you become aware of this energy, when you realize that everything happening around you is a reflection of what you're broadcasting, that's when things begin to shift in a way that feels almost supernatural. The truth that most people miss is this: You're not separate from the energy you want to influence. You are fully immersed in it. You are an extension of the very field you are trying to shape. The field is listening to you, not to your words or your efforts, but to your state. This is the subconscious connection at play. It is the invisible current running beneath everything you think, feel, and do. Think about the last time something unexpected but perfectly timed happened in your life. A coincidence, an opportunity that seemed to appear from nowhere, or a moment when you knew exactly what was about to happen. These were not accidents. These were quantum events. The field responded to the frequencies you were emitting, whether you realized it or not. What's fascinating is that your conscious mind is not the one doing the heavy lifting. It's your subconscious mind. Your subconscious doesn't care what you say you want. It responds to what you believe you deserve, what you consistently feel, and what you expect. That's why affirmations alone don't work when they lack emotional backing. Affirmations without belief collapse. The same is true for visualizations that are tainted by doubt. The subconscious connection is the key to influencing the field, and until you unlock it, you're merely decorating the front porch while ignoring the deeper, more potent forces at play. Quantum events are not magic. They are the result of interactions between your inner world and the quantum fabric of reality. Imagine it like this. Your thoughts send out signals, your emotions magnetize those signals, and your subconscious alignment determines the clarity of the transmission. When these components align, they either create interference noise that cancels itself out, or coherence, a clear, organized signal to the field. So, the question is not if you are manipulating energy, but how well you are doing it. Take a look at your life right now. The circumstances you are experiencing, the people around you, the opportunities, or lack thereof, the relationships you have, are a perfect reflection of the signals you've been broadcasting up until this point. This isn't a judgment, it's simply physics. When you understand this, you stop blaming random chance and stop seeing yourself as a victim of fate. Instead, you realize that you have been shaping your reality all along, but without the tools to fully harness your power. Here's where many people get stuck. They assume that they need to micromanage every thought, every feeling, and every action. They believe they must control every part of themselves to manifest their desires, but that's exhausting and unnecessary. The key is not to control every wave of your mind. It's to create a strong enough signal that it remains dominant, even when occasional doubts or negative thoughts arise. You become a lighthouse, not a flickering candle. When your subconscious alignment matches your conscious intention, the field responds with precision. This is when you begin to experience synchronicities, opportunities accelerate, and quantum events unfold in ways that defy explanation. It's not about working harder, it's about transmitting cleaner. Most people live in contradiction. They say they want abundance, but they radiate lack. They crave love, but they broadcast fear. They visualize success, but embody unworthiness. The field, however, listens not to what you say, but to what you are. It listens to your body, your breath, and the vibration you emit. This is why the subconscious connection is so vital. Now, let's dig deeper into how this works. If you could consciously influence this process, amplify the signal you're already sending, remove the static, and synchronize your inner world with the quantum field, what could be possible for you? What if the dream life you've been chasing isn't something you need to work for, but something you simply need to tune into, like a frequency that's always been waiting for you to dial it in? You've been unconsciously creating quantum events this whole time. What would happen if you brought full awareness to this process? In the next part, we will explore exactly how to do that, how to create coherence between your mind, heart, and body, so you can turn scattered energy into a command signal that the field can't ignore. This is where theory becomes practice. But before we go there, take a moment to reflect. You've been sending signals to the field without a manual, Sometimes you've been unaware of which part of you was truly in control. Here's the truth. Not all signals are created equal. To truly influence the field, you need to align all the systems within you, mind, heart, and body, so that your message to the field becomes unmistakable. Most people walk around in energetic noise. Their mind says one thing, their heart feels another, and their body acts entirely differently. This creates interference, a tangled mess of frequencies that cancel each other out. When the field receives mixed signals, it doesn't know how to respond. It's like trying to tune into a radio station while blasting static through the speakers. No matter how close you are to the right frequency, the noise will drown it out. Coherence changes everything. When your mind, heart, and body are aligned, you send out a unified signal to the field. The noise dissipates, and the field responds to the clarity of your message. This is when manifestation becomes effortless, not because you're forcing anything, but because your energy is clear and aligned. The real shift comes when you stop trying to make things happen and start embodying what you want. When you are in the frequency of having, whether it's abundance, love, peace, or success, you stop worrying about how to get there. You simply live as though you are already there. This alignment attracts everything you desire, not through effort, but through the natural law of resonance. So, how do you maintain this alignment without slipping back into old habits of trying to control everything? The key is emotional neutralization. This doesn't mean becoming numb or detached. It means learning to feel without being ruled by your emotions. When doubt arises, you witness it without attaching to it. When the urge to check, fix, or control surfaces, you pause, breathe, and return to your center. Living from the memory of your future means anchoring yourself emotionally in the state that already knows it's done. Your emotional state becomes your signature, the vibrational frequency the field responds to. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align, the field responds with corresponding events, synchronicities, and opportunities. You become a clear channel, and the universe can't help but respond. Once you release the need to force, to chase, to prove, the field starts to reorganize itself around your new frequency. The shifts are not the result of manipulation, but of alignment. This is where the magic happens, not by doing, but by becoming the version of you who no longer needs to try so hard. The universe starts to rearrange itself because you are no longer vibrating in separation. You are embodying the very frequency you once thought was outside of you. At this point, you stop seeking external validation and you start radiating authenticity. The more you stay in alignment with this truth, the more your reality will shift to reflect that truth. This doesn't require effort, it requires consistency in presence, emotion, and embodiment. The field is listening. It is responding to the energy you are broadcasting. When you align yourself with this energy, everything becomes effortless. As you continue to embody this clarity, you'll notice the shifts happening in your reality. It's not magic, it's physics. The more aligned you are, the more the universe rearranges itself to match. And with that, you've unlocked the true power of quantum manifestation by becoming the signal. It listens, it reorganizes, it delivers. Not as a reward, but as a mirror. At the core of quantum creation, there's a deep, unwavering trust. A trust that says, if I align, the universe aligns. If I embody, reality reshapes. If I become, the world reflects. But this trust isn't always easy to access. Surrender feels unnatural, especially to a mind conditioned to seek control. We desire certainty, timelines, and guarantees. We want to know when and how things will happen. Yet, the more we demand this certainty, the more we slip into resistance. The tighter we grip, the more the universe tightens in response. This paradox is at the heart of manifestation. The work becomes not about controlling, but about releasing control. You set the intention, you align your vibration, then you surrender. You stop micromanaging the timeline. You stop panicking over the details. You stop shrinking when reality tests you. And this, ironically, gives you more power than trying to control every step. Many people ask me, how do I know if I'm surrendering or if I've just given up? The answer is simple. Surrender feels open, light, and expansive. It feels like a softening in the body. Resignation, on the other hand, feels heavy and like collapse. Surrender keeps you available to possibility. Resignation closes the door on magic. So, take a moment and reflect. Where are you still trying to force outcomes in your life? Where are you gripping so tightly that the energy can't move? What would it feel like, even just as an experiment, to soften your hold and trust the process? Here's the truth that most people never hear. The universe is wired to support coherence. The field wants to align with you. Life is biased toward evolution, expansion, and creation. When you get out of the way, you're not abandoning your power. You're stepping into a deeper current of it. Now that we've touched on the subconscious connection, coherence, and the paradox of surrender, we need to bring everything together. Manifestation isn't just about wishing things into being. It's about becoming the vibration of your desires. You can manifest when you embody your intentions, when your thoughts, feelings, and energy align with what you want. This is the point where manifestation goes from being a theory to a practice. You're not here to learn how to control energy, you're here to become it. Energy responds to energy, and the quantum field responds to the signal you send out. If you walk through life as the signal, embodying coherence and surrender, the field doesn't hesitate. It organizes itself around you. Circumstances rearrange, timelines shift, opportunities open, not because you've forced it, but because you've stopped pretending to be separate from the current that has always been flowing through you. Living as the signal means that you stop trying to create quantum events and instead become the quantum event. It's not about doing something once in a while, like during meditation or visualization. It's about making it your default state. You live in alignment with your desires, without second-guessing, without waiting for permission, without asking for proof. Because belief itself is proof. Your identity is the engine that drives manifestation, and your vibration is the invitation that draws it in. Living as the signal doesn't mean you'll never experience doubt, frustration, or sadness. It means these states no longer dominate you. They don't define your vibration. They pass through you, but they don't take root. You remember who you are beneath them. And that's the energy the field responds to. Think of yourself like a lighthouse. It doesn't chase ships. It simply stands tall, anchored in its own frequency, emitting its signal through the storm. That's your job, to be the steady light in the middle of life's waves. When you live in this way, something changes. People feel it. They don't always know why, but they feel safer around you. They feel inspired and activated. Opportunities begin to arrive out of nowhere. Synchronicities become part of your daily life. The right words come to you at the right time. Life starts responding to you, not reacting or resisting, but listening and reflecting back the energy you now carry. And here's the most profound realization. You've always been this way. You've just forgotten. You forgot that your subconscious is not a storage unit for trauma, it's a broadcast tower for vibration. You forgot that coherence is not just a concept, it's the switch that turns your reality on. You forgot that letting go is not giving up, it's stepping aside so the field can do what it already knows how to do. You forgot that your presence is a signal, and now you remember. Now, everything changes. You walk differently. You breathe differently. You speak differently, not as someone trying to manifest, but as someone who already is what they've been trying to become. You stop asking for reality to change. Instead, You invite reality into alignment with what's already true. You no longer try to become something. You remember that you already are it. The field doesn't need your effort, it needs your signal. And once you step into that energy, you'll notice how the universe begins to reorganize around you. You'll realize that the version of you who already lives the life you've been dreaming of isn't somewhere else. It's in the field, entangled with you, waiting for you to stop pretending you're not already connected. The real question now is, will you choose to tune into that frequency fully, unapologetically, and consistently until it becomes the most natural thing in the world? Because when you do, the quantum field responds. It listens to your vibration, rearranges itself, and starts to reflect back to you the reality you've been embodying all along. Drop a word in the comments that describes your next shift. It can be trust, flow, release, or any word that resonates with you. Your word becomes part of your signal, and when you send that signal out, the field responds. If this message resonated with you, hit subscribe. Let's keep growing together, tuning into this frequency of alignment and manifestation. Remember, you are not here to chase change, you are here to become it. And the moment you do, the universe will move with you.